Hey guys, Pragmatic Guy here. I hope you guys are all having a good Halloween. It's so weird to fucking say that because I just got out of seeing the movie Tar. So I was gonna see Tar a couple days ago, with obviously Lane and Jacob. We all just saw Tar, but we were gonna see it a couple days ago. We're in Vegas for the weekend, so we just, seeing Tar wasn't like the first thing on our list, but we have seen the movie. And I gotta say, I do have some thoughts on it. This is just gonna be like a shorter review, just kind of like fresh out of the theater kind of thing. But this movie, so first off, it's fucking long. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because this is a almost 3-hour movie. And the first 2 acts of this film really just kind of solely depend on Cate Blanchett as the titular character, Lydia Tarr. So Lydia Tarr, because I went into this film not really knowing everything about it, just kind of hearing some things here and there. So basically, Tarr is about a orchestra woman, maestra, who is known for being like one of the best in the world. She's got, Grammys, fucking Tonys, she's got, Oscars, pretty much every big award that you could have. She's one of the best conductors in the world. And as allegations fall against her, her life starts spiraling and she pretty much starts going insane. This film is a psychological character study more than anything. And what I will say is that this film feels very intelligent. There are a lot of really long scenes, like some scenes that go on for like fucking minutes and minutes. Even like the opening credits go on for like fucking minutes, where it almost feels like the end credits. It does that kind of Quentin Tarantino thing. But what I will say is that yes, this film does feel very intelligent. There's a lot of dialogue, a lot of the nature that the film resides in. You do have to kind of know a little bit of that nature, but if you don't, the film does really well with just depicting and putting that on display. But what I will say is that this movie, again, for a 3-hour movie, in the first 2 acts, they solely depend on Cate Blanchett's performance. There are a lot of things, because this does involve her life, there are a lot of things that are put on display and are brought into, the subject that we don't really get to see full grasp of, which I did have a big criticism of. There's like things with her daughter, there's things with, her relationship, there's things with, other people that she's associated with in her life that I feel could have had a lot to do with the story, and they do, and overall the story does wrap up pretty well. But for a 3-hour film, I just felt, again, like the first 2 acts solely depended on Cate Blanchett's performance as a character, which she crushes it in this movie. Absolutely Oscar-worthy stuff. But what this movie's really going to, I'm not going to say depend on, because this sounds very minimal, but what's really going to do it for this film is the final act. That's where a lot of the shit hits the fan. That's where a lot of shit comes into play. And that's where a lot of shit kind of, climaxes. And I will say, as an overall film, this is one that I'm very glad I got to see. Even if, for a 3-hour dramatic psychological character study, the first 2 acts, I was very kind of hit or miss with. The film does very well as a film overall. Overall, I would give this film a strong 4 to a low 5 out of 10. It is like, I do think that it's overall a fine film, but again, for a 3-hour film, and especially for the first 2 acts, it was very hit or miss for me. I would say like a very strong mixed review to a low positive, but I am leaning on the more positive side. It's just one of those movies where it's like, when you see it, you can't really picture yourself saying this movie was just, it was alright. It's just not that type of movie. But yes, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you're all doing well and having a good Halloween. See ya.